Hello and welcome to Firefall Live. I am Phobos, aka Matt DeWald. I'm replacing Frank on the show this week. He is taking some well-deserved vacation. But as always, we're joined by Sarah Roberts, aka Zivis or Zevis. I never understand. Zevis. Zevis is here. We're also joined by Cloudchaser, aka David Severs. I said it right this time.
You did. Thank you.
You know, I call him Severs at work.
Everyone does, and I always try to correct people.
It's Severs.
It's appreciated.
He's still Severs to me in my heart.
Oh, glad to be here.
Good to have you. So we've got a great show for you. We're going to talk a little bit with David about how he got in the industry, what he's been working on lately, some cool stuff there. But first, Red 5 News. We've got a lot going on. Next week, we're going to be doing a patch, November 18th.
Yay!
Big patch, 1.2. It's got a lot of stuff in it. Big things we already talked about on the blogs are Operation Miru, which David will be talking a little bit later about the rewards for that.
That's right.
It's basically a dungeon that players can play, squad-based, so 2 to 5 players. It's really cool because it's our first instance of having player choice matter in what you do in the instance. So you can actually pick a side and go down one side or the other, and really changes kind of how the battle plays out. And it changes the rewards, which is pretty awesome. So you have reason to go back and play it multiple times. We've also got Skydock, which is a new open world event in Coral Forest. So kind of around, what is the area? It's kind of between Trans-Hub and Cerrado Plains, like in Cerrado Plains above one of the watchtowers there. It's a really cool open world event, much like our Orbital Comm Tower in Sertao. So players can kind of come together. It's meant for level 14 players. So it's right around that level range, which is a great introduction for like what open world events can be for players, which is really cool. Because then hopefully they'll get excited and be like, oh, what's next? What can I do more? I can play it for a while. But then they level up. They go over to a comp tower and like, oh, man, this is cool. Then they go to Devil's Tusk. And hopefully it'll lead them through the game a lot better. So it's really cool stuff there. We also have some big changes coming for Broken Peninsula. We've added jobs to the area. So players can go in and actually have a goal or objective, which is really cool. So you can actually have something like pick up a job that says go attack this certain base and take it over. You'll go out there, and not only do you get the rewards for taking the base, but then you get bonus rewards for doing the job. And so it gives some direction. And they've also added a bounty system.
This is super exciting.
I'm kind of interested to see how it plays out. Like it could go many different ways. So, but I think it's pretty cool that players will. The better you do in the zone, the more threat you'll basically create, and you'll become the bounty for other players. So they get more rewards for killing you, and you get more rewards for killing other players. So kind of. The better you are at the game, the more incentive you have to keep being better, or the other players have more incentive to come kill you.
Superior, you're gonna be a target.
I hope so. I hope it plays out well, and I hope people enjoy it. It's pretty cool.
It seems like it's gonna be super rad.
I hope so.
Yeah.
But I think that it gives a lot more purpose to playing Broken Peninsula.
Absolutely.
It gives a lot more fun. There's also a lot of bug fixes that have gone in. Those guys have been trying really hard to fix all the bugs. It's a pretty complex system to build, so they're doing a good job with that. But we also had some live events going on. We have a live event starting next week.
Well, we have. Wait.
Didn't we say it was going to happen on the?
That's right. We have the LGV race.
What are you doing? You're totally messing me
Sarah,
up here, Seth.
are you okay?
We just talked about it.
Don't mind me.
Okay.
Well, all right then.
David will fill us in on what's happening with the live
So
event.
the LGV race will go live on November 18th. This event will set up 9 race courses throughout all of New Eden and actually throughout the whole game world. 3 in each zone, Coral Forest, Sertao, and Devil's Tusk. Participating in the races will award fabulous prizes, including the ability to upgrade any LGV you have with a boost ability, which can be activated with left shift.
Yay!
Yeah.
Jumps.
Does that mean I can finally jump off that big jump in?
That is exactly what it means.
Yay!
The racing LGV, its boost will kick it up into overdrive for a few seconds, and it has a short cooldown. It's a lot of fun to use.
That's pretty cool. Do we know how long that event's going to last? Is it just about a week, or?
That's a good question. I'm sorry, I don't have the exact dates on me right now, but it's more than a week.
Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. It's about a week? Yeah.
Way more than a week.
Oh, it's way more than a week we're hearing.
Sweet.
So.
18th to December 8th.
Oh,
Ooh,
it's
wow.
November 18th through December 8th. So
20 days.
Awesome.
pretty awesome. So you guys will be able to play through that. More blog on that's going to come up this afternoon, I believe. So you guys can read about that more and get some more details on that. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, again, patch on Tuesday, which is pretty exciting for us. So
Yeah.
big Firefall 1.2. If you haven't checked out the feature page, a whole feature page exists for all these things. So you can check that on firefall.com. We also have a video that the video team did, which is pretty cool.
Amazing.
It acts like kind of a World War II propaganda video.
Yeah.
Or Starship Troopers have been mentioned a lot. Would you like to know
super
more?
reminiscent. Yeah, love
So
it.
it's pretty cool. And that's pretty much it for Red 5 news. That's our big stuff coming up. We've got a lot of stuff going on. You can check out all this stuff before it even hits live by checking out the PTS server, our public test server. You can go to the PTS forums, and there's instructions for how to download the PTS client. You can test it out and give us some feedback. At this point, we're really fixing critical issues and getting that patch ready to go for Tuesday, but feel free to check it out if you want to see something early. And then that's pretty much it for Red 5.
Well, and don't forget, today at 4 p.m. PST is the reputation gain weekend.
Oh, that's
reputation
correct.
bonus. So it's 25% bonus in all of the reputation vouchers that you collect. So do it. Do it. We had this discussion earlier. I'm really tired and I'm sick, and so I'm just all sorts of loopy. So I'm sorry to everyone in advance.
As we were saying earlier, this is no different than a normal show.
Maybe they're all just seeing more of my personality now.
Anyways, so yeah, Reputation Weekend, that'll be pretty cool. 25% bonus.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool if you've been trying to get some more reputation points or just earn your reputation through those systems. Sorry, I forgot. Sarah called me out in public on that I forgot something. Thanks for making me look like an idiot.
I was just excited I had something to add.
Before we move on to any other segment, though, I believe we have some stuff to give away.
We do.
We have 5 deluxe packs, right?
Yes.
So I think we normally give those away by having you guys say something in the channel. David, since you're our guest this week, you can pick what the term is that they can use.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Please don't make it a swear word. Or please do.
Noted. The word will be elephant.
Elephant.
Elephant. That's pretty good. Elephant.
All right.
So you guys can go ahead and say elephant in the channel. You only need to say it one time. And then that'll add you to the list, and JB will pick a winner. So the deluxe pack is pretty cool. We've actually stopped selling those now, though, haven't we?
That's right.
So this is the only way to get them for now. So you guys can go ahead and win that deluxe pack, which comes with a bunch of cool stuff in it, but I won't act like a salesman because it's not for sale anymore. So there's no reason to try to convince you of it. You win free stuff, guys. There's no reason not to try to do it. So that's pretty cool, and that's happening. And yes, for some reason I'm saying that's pretty cool a lot today. As was
Well,
already
That's
noted
pretty
in the
cool.
There
channel.
are a lot of things that are pretty cool. So
Yeah.
take that.
They're holding me against. So while we're waiting for that to happen, we'll go ahead and start talking Cloudchaser here.
Sure.
So David Seaver, aka Cloudchaser. Introduce yourself. What do you do at Red 5?
Hey guys. So I'm one of our game system designers. That means I do a lot of things. System design is sort of a discipline that makes everything come together. We do the rules of the game, the mechanics, what the classes and abilities are, what the statistics are, and the overall design for all the systems you interact with in the game, like inventory, crafting, pretty much the whole flow of what you're doing as you play through the content. Specifically, right now I'm focusing on refreshing all of the rewards in our game. I'm focusing on on spicing up our content by making cool special things for you to find in it. And I'll be going in stages through this with successive patches.
Well, so let's talk about that real quick. You've made some significant changes just to start with Operation Miru, which is launching Tuesday. What can people expect to see in Operation Miru, and what's kind of the philosophy behind the rewards there?
So Operation Miru is our first try with a new sort of loot system. Now, we've seen a lot of feedback about how we initially did loot in the other campaign missions, especially Blackwater, which was the only one that had real special loot, and our 2 raids, not counting Warfront in that. Mostly I'm talking about Conalo and Bangkla there. And so based on that feedback, I'm trying something new with Operation Miru, where each player in the squad is going to get their own loot role in their own objective completion window as they go through the mission. Every time a group is playing through Operation Miru, you are going to have 3 reward moments, essentially, as you go through major parts of the operation. And in each of those, every single person in the group has their own separate role at getting the special rewards from that section. And it doesn't matter at all whether other people in your group got the rewards or not. It doesn't change your chance to get yours.
So within the group, we're rolling
Yep.
on our own stuff. We're not rolling against each other at all.
That's right.
What are some of the pieces of loot, if you don't mind sharing a little bit of
Not at
details?
all.
What are some of the cool stuff I want to chase after in Miru?
So Operation Miru has 7 unique items, 2 of which are only available on hard mode. Now, all of the items that are on hard mode are also a better version of the reward than the normal mode ones. They're higher item level and have better stats. Some of the coolest ones, pardon me, there is a special assault rifle called Iron Cross. Now, it shoots much slower and has longer range than normal. It's kind of like a cross between a assault rifle and a sniper rifle, ending up more like a hunting rifle. Does high damage. We've also got a special rocket launcher called Hurricane. This shoots a swarm of small rockets, and it has a lock-on alt-fire mode. We have some cool, unique modules in there, such as Judgment. When you slot Judgment in the red module slot on a weapon, then whenever that weapon deals damage to an enemy, with a limit of, it'll kick off a proc with a limit of once per 6 seconds. And this proc locks on to one of the enemies that you dealt damage to and fires a little micro missile that homes in on them. It's kind of like extra burst damage to something you already hit once per 6 seconds. I don't quite want to spoil the hard mode only modules yet, so I'm going to leave those ones for people to find.
That's fine. On the thing that locks on, we had a lot of discussion about that on the forums, and really it works very much like the catalytic poison.
Yep.
But it picks one target for every 6 seconds that it will then do burst damage, and it's really a particle effect that plays to make it look really cool, that it looks like it's a rocket chasing after.
That's right. After all, you've already hit the target with your weapon in order for it to proc at all.
Right. And so on a splash damage thing, we tested, and it pretty much picks the first target you hit.
Yep.
Based on order received of damage. So even though you hit everybody, there's still nanoseconds where one target came in first, and that's the target it'll tag. So it's pretty cool though. It looks really cool. You got this rocket chasing after the guy, and it blows up. But it's a guaranteed damage. It's guaranteed hit. So it's pretty cool. So that's, well, first of all, let me go ahead and say, who is the winner, JB? Foxable. Am I saying that right? Foxable. Congratulations.
Oh, congratulations,
Congrats.
Foxable.
Good job there. You get a deluxe pack, deluxe digital pack. Congratulations. So going back to rewards, you said that we're doing rewards, a change overall to the system. And Operation Miru,
right.
it's kind of our first instance of that. What is your philosophy in going into releasing this over the course of time? What's the overarching meta or philosophy that we're following for rewards in general?
So previously, all the rewards that you saw in Firefall were very statistic oriented. They're just going up in item level and power rating. And this was important to have in, as this is the core of the game, ensuring that people are able to keep up with content as they go along. But what we were lacking, what we needed time to get to and start implementing, was the coolness factor, the stuff you find that is really unique and fun. And so our eventual overarching goal is that as anyone is playing through the game and leveling up, then there are moments throughout their gameplay where they're finding some of that exceptional, really cool stuff that has unique abilities, attributes, or behaves in ways that you can't find on any other item in the game. And that's going to be the memorable stuff that is actually changing up what you do as you play and making things feel a little bit different. So you're not always shooting the exact same gun that behaves the exact same way for 100 hours.
On these items, do you know if they're tradable or not? Are they?
So no, the ones that drop in people's reward windows in Operation Miru are not tradable.
Okay. So you have incentive to actually go and actually play these things in order to get them for yourself.
That's right.
Not just wait for somebody to place them on the marketplace. We also have some new rewards. I don't know if this is true or not, but whether the Bronodon King is going in or not.
So Bronodon King is not going in this upcoming patch on the 18th.
Too bad, because we have some cool stuff there too. Some cool rewards.
Has some really cool stuff, but that is going to be delayed for a later patch.
Okay. What is the next set of rewards that you're trying to hit up for a future patch?
So for the before mentioned future patch, there is Brontodon King, which has a bunch of unique stuff in it, including another module, battle frame core, and a few other things. However, the next major push is going to be adding unique rewards into all of the campaign missions. They'll have unique rewards on normal difficulty of the mission's base level and level 40 hard mode versions of all those rewards.
Nice. Very cool.
There's even another part to that. Completing campaign missions on hard mode after that future patch is also going to award a currency called campaign tokens, and there will be vendors who you can buy things with these tokens from.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we can expect more changes kind of rolled out over time for
That's
the
right.
overall reward systems and meta for what you're trying to accomplish. How did you going more personal, how did you get into the industry?
Well, I've been in the game industry for 5 years now. I started in Boston at a studio called Turbine, which is owned by WB Games. I started there after college. I went into Turbine as customer service, where I was a game master, which is online chat support for Lord of the Rings Online, Dungeons & Dragons Online, and Asheron's Call. So I have a big background with MMOs. That's really always been the type of game that I'm most passionate about. After a year in customer service there, I was asked to join the design team for Dungeons & Dragons Online.
Is this pre-free to play or during free-to-play transition?
This was shortly after the free-to-play transition.
Okay.
I was in customer service there for when it went free-to-play.
Okay.
And there, my focus was itemization, creating loot, as well as doing class and ability design.
Lance Lloyd calling me out for sucking at playing DDO. Because we tried to play DDO together once, I think, the entire time. And all he wanted to do was sneak around and try to find secret treasure.
Well, if we have any DDO players out there, I made a number of the current class skill trees, like Sorcerer, Wizard, and some of the epic level classes also.
Cool. And so you became a designer there,
Yep.
And then straight from Turbine to Red 5?
That's right.
Awesome. How would you recommend somebody who wants to get into design get into design? What should they start doing?
So now there are schools that will get you a game design degree. That is not really essential, however. A lot of the people who are hiring for designer jobs come from a era before this type of degree even existed. So what they're really looking for is a passion about the game and very sound knowledge. A good way to get in is to try and get into the studio of your choice to work on the game that you love in a different role. I like customer service or quality assurance is a really good one. You can get a quality assurance job with minimal qualifications, and then if you demonstrate that you are a hard worker and quick to pick up everything about the game, then you can take on other responsibilities and then transition elsewhere in the studio.
Cool. What can they do on their own, though? How do you learn design? What makes a good designer from a bad designer?
So that's pretty important. For myself, I spent years of running a online persistent world server for Neverwinter Nights. That was my introduction to scripting, world building, creating spells in a D&D game. The cool thing about Neverwinter Nights was that it was essentially more of a toolkit and a scripting system than a game. You can also get the same sort of thing with the Elder Scrolls games. They have great tool sets for Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim, which also have a robust scripting system. So if you learn how to do basic design with those, you can get a lot of valuable skills. After that, you can try and teach yourself a programming language or a scripting language. C++ is a must-have for any kind of hardcore programming. For scripting languages, here at Red 5, we use Lua a lot for our user interface and for our missions. So there are a lot of skills you can teach yourself that can come in handy pretty much wherever you go.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure if we should even take breaks anymore. Do you guys take breaks anymore?
No, not really.
No, you don't take breaks. So we're going to go right into Q&A, I guess.
Okay.
But
All
while we're
right.
waiting for people to connect to the Q&A server, which is live.red5studios.com, port 9810, that's a TeamSpeak server, I think we're going to go ahead and do another giveaway. So, Sarah, your turn to pick a name.
Let's do Miru.
Miru. M-I-R-U, Miru.
Miru.
Go ahead and
In
use Miru in the
celebration.
channel. You only need to say it once. You get added to the system. No need to spam it, but I'm sure you're going to spam it anyways, no matter what I say.
Miru.
So, go ahead.
Wee.
I'm not worn out, guys. We used to take breaks between segments when I last hosted this show. And they're just like, no more breaks. We do this hard. But, what's that? Oh, Dropdown's already with us? Hey, Dropdown, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Awesome. Well, what can we do for you, Dropdown? What's your question?
So, lately I have seen the new video for the update. It looks cool, and someone, I think it was Darkbike, posted the China Joy trailer from 2010, if I'm not mistaken. And I noticed that the graphics were much more self-shaded back then. What happened for they not being that way anymore?
Well, it's hard to say what happened. We've gone through many different rendering changes. A lot of them have been bug fixes, like things looked different than the way we wanted them to look. And so our art director, Adam McMahon, who's been on the show before, has sat down and worked with our graphics programmers to really fine tune how things look and what the textures render like and how the line cell shading works. Because I think probably in that video, they were very dark and very black, and that's not the way they were meant to look. They were meant to kind of take a little bit of the color from the frame itself or the character itself. So it'd be a little more peach on the skin tones and be a little whatever your war paint colors, and it would just kind of darken those lines. Because the look we were going for is much more related to like Appleseed. If you've ever seen Appleseed, the movie, it's more of that kind of cell shading rather than the hard line Borderlands style or very sketchy style. So, it's just been an evolution over time of how that works, and this is where we're at right now. So.
Yeah, as we get more tools in our toolbox,
Yeah.
The engine gets more advanced, and our amazing tools programmers come up with new things, it's an evolution of a visual style.
Yeah. And I think that the artists are never happy. I mean, as an artist, you probably are never happy
Ever.
with anything you ever do. And so anytime you can make improvements or,
Yep.
It's always going to happen, and we're always going to try to fine tune it. And then there's also performance enhancements that have happened over time. Like when we originally had the game, we didn't have any SSAO, ambient occlusion in the game. So that got added, which changes the style a lot when it's turned on. Especially in our trailers, we turn everything up to maximum in order to make it look the best. So early on, and without any ambient occlusion, their shadows don't work properly. You don't see reflections off of things.
Right.
We've changed our reflection maps. Originally, it was like one reflection map that could work for everything.
Yeah.
And it was like a house in the woods. So if you looked really closely,
Yeah.
you'd see like the same house everywhere you looked. And now we've actually got environment reflection maps, so that actually works a lot better.
Well, even the water.
Yeah,
like
the
water
water has
went from
improved
looking
greatly.
like ridiculous to ridiculously amazing.
Yeah. So there's still a lot of stuff happening, and we'll keep making changes, honestly, as we make better and better systems for, it all comes down to how much time do the graphics programmers have and the tools programmers and the artists, and as they get time, they make more changes.
Okay, thanks. I prefer the more self-shaded look like Borderlands. It would be cool to have an option to change between how the game looks. It would be cool.
Yeah, I mean, that would be cool. It's all time that then is taken, so we have to make sure, when you build a renderer, then you have to build two renderers, and you have to support both, and you have to make sure everything's working. It's something that would be awesome, but I don't know that we're going to go down that path, just to be realistic.
Yeah, okay. Thanks for the answer.
Thank you. Before we move on to the next question, first I'm going to try to fix my mic, so you might hear some sound. It keeps digging in my... Oh, God, she's telling me it's fine, but it's digging into my neck, and it's causing me problems. Okay.
Who's our winner?
Who's our winner?
Miru winner.
JB.
The winner is
Janan 15.
Janan 15.
I love how we
We
all
all said
have a
different
different
way.
way of
Yeah.
saying it.
Janan I5. I don't know.
Well, whoever he is, he gets free stuff.
Janan 15. I
Or
think
she.
I'm
Oh,
gonna-
good point.
yeah, ooh.
Thank you, Sarah. I'm sorry. I'm a
Being
terrible
called out.
person. Yeah, happened.
Okay. Who's next on our question, though, JB? Ganos Lau.
Hello.
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 Greetings
How are
and
you?
salutations.
Oh, I'm fine. I hope the next update is going to be that fun how you showed it in our trailer. And just a general comment on that. I really like the trailer. I like the
Right?
style and yes.
So good. Sorry, I just got really
Have the
excited.
trailer?
Sarah just wanted to interrupt you and be like, yes.
No, I just wanted to agree.
That's exactly that. That was what I thought when I saw that. It was almost kind of propaganda video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope you do some of that more in the future. So, my question today is about the Arsenal's light machine gun. In the key binding options, you once could set a button for general weapon zoom. The pressure of this button also had a zoom effect for the LMG, but now I recognized you removed it. However, the Arsenal had no character animation during zooming. In addition, when you zoom only looked on a enlarged version of the visual field. The scope interface unfortunately does not exist, even if the LMG has quite a nice design scope. Therefore, I ask you if you can develop a character animation and scope interface for the Arsenal.
Well, so part of the reason why the LMG doesn't have a scope is because traditionally when we make scoped weapons, we're doing that as the actual alternate fire for the weapon. Some of the weapons would have slightly different characteristics during that, but the Arsenal's instead is their gun is developed with an alt fire that has different properties on its own, where it can punch through shields. So scope on that is somewhat of a balanced choice.
But there is a scope
Yeah.
on the model itself, because that was a long, when the model was being built, the idea was that it would have a scope and it would be zoomed in and you could do it.
We could possibly make a variant of it
Yeah,
that would have
potentially.
a scope instead of its alt fire. We are going to be re-looking at all of the weapons in the future, making a lot of new variants of various weapon types.
Yeah.
So don't be surprised if in upcoming patches you start seeing new primary weapons, like you've seen with the flat cannon for assault.
Or the bioinjector.
Yep, exactly.
Yes, because, for example, the Dragonfly's bio rifle also got an iron sight but no zoom.
Yeah.
And the reason why I asked for Arsenal is I remember that old wallpaper you once published during Omnicon and the time when you brought Arsenal into the game.
Yeah.
You could see a pilot scoping with the LMG, and that's the reason why I ask.
You damn artists.
Don't look at me.
Always
I didn't
causing,
do
that was Trevor at the time, but always causing these problems of like, oh, look what the artists did, and they took liberty of posing him in certain ways that don't exist in the game, and that's
Sorry, we
what
want to
happens.
make it look cool.
Yeah, that's the problem. All these people always want things to look cool.
How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare
you? You can build a perfectly good game with just text.
Artistic license, yeah.
Me in personal, I would leave the second mode of the LMG away and want to have a scope. I think the LMG needs one.
Okay, I mean, that's
Thanks
valid
for-
opinion.
Thank you for your input. We are definitely looking at a lot of weapons and making new weapon variants. So we'll see what happens.
Cool.
Okay, thank you for your time and have a great day.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Too.
Bye. Okay. Giveaway or another question?
Giveaway?
Giveaway. And since it was Knife Lady, the word is Knife Lady.
Knife lady. All one word.
All one word. Knife Lady.
Knife.
And we'll take another call while we wait for that to happen.
Everybody, say knife lady as fast as you can. One entry per
JB Will's
customer.
too busy typing over there. He's like, got to give people things to
Will.
do.
You got Sorfix.
Sorfix.
Hello?
Soro,
Can you hear us?
there?
You don't have them?
I don't hear
Nope.
anyone.
Have it, Sorrow? It says no going okay. All right, here's Lane.
Lane, are you with us?
Did we lose TeamSpeak
Okay,
entirely?
yeah, are we?
Nope, I can hear you
Oh,
now.
There you
There we
hey.
go. Hey, Lane.
Hey,
How's it going?
not too bad. So that lava in Operation Miraphobos, because I know you watched it last week.
Yeah,
Yeah, and laughed the entire time.
absolutely. L2P, man. You got to put down some couch cushions and avoid it.
Well, you don't give us that option in those frames. I didn't see couch cushions as an ability.
The floor is lava. What else are
True.
you gonna do?
Just don't step in the lava.
Don't step in
Yeah.
the lava.
Learn to play.
But we couldn't see the lava.
Invisible lava. That's our new trick. No, yeah. We hopefully we fix that.
Okay, cool.
Knock on wood that it's fixed. I haven't personally tested.
Yeah, because I was actually going to run a test today, and I was wondering if the whole glitch that we had been tested out and redone or not.
The beginning part where it gets stuck.
Well, actually, it was like towards the end because we after we finally got through that whole lava issue, we got into the drill room and everything was missing and all the doors were open.
Oh, awesome.
That's interesting. That's a new one.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah. Well,
I wasn't
Yeah.
watching the whole stream. Sorry,
I'm hoping
I
it was
watched you
fixed.
fail at the lava, and then I had to go to a meeting. So
Yeah, I actually do have a highlight of that for you guys if you need it.
okay, well,
But,
I'll poke Alex when we get back and see if he's fixed it already.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I do love the new system, and the Operation Mirror was a lot of fun. I especially liked it in hardcore when we actually did a run and we saw Rashu.
Oh yeah, the mini
Nice.
bosses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we actually weren't sure if we were supposed to deal with the drill or try to kill him first.
Your choice.
But yeah, I was more just curious about, because like I said, the only reason why I was curious about the whole lava too was just because it seemed like we should have been able to walk through there. But is that actually going to be lava down there, or is
No,
that
no,
just
no.
something?
It's supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to walk down there. The problem was it's just like lava is like a water plane, and so it was just rendering through the terrain for some reason. So it's a common bug that happens. We've had issues where you're walking around the world and you'll just start drowning because the water plane is somewhere is too far. So it's a bug.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, because I've also been hunting on those optionals, and I haven't been able to find them all yet too. So I was wondering if maybe they were down in there.
All the eggs and stuff like that.
don't worry. There'll
Yep.
be plenty of
Yeah.
time to hunt around and discover everything after it goes live.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
yeah.
Also, too, I was wondering, now with Skydock,
Yeah.
while we're testing that, is the difficulty going to be a little bit higher than it is now, or is it going to be based on the number of people on the shard?
It's really meant for level 14 players. So I haven't seen very many people play it at level 14. I've seen a lot of people play it as maxed out players being down leveled to 26, but that's still 12 levels higher than it's meant for, which means it's not going to be much of a challenge to anyone. So it's hard to say that it's going to be more challenging for a level 14 player. When I played it at level 14, it was impossible. I couldn't do it alone. So it's meant to be a world event for level 14 players. If people come in there as high level players and try to dominate the thing, well, that's not something we can prevent. As we've already had the discussion in the forums about rewards, they won't get rewarded very well for that. They're 12 levels higher than the event. They shouldn't be rewarded for it. So hopefully they'll, after time, just stop doing it, and that'll make it more exciting for players at low level.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree, because like the first time I actually played through that, when I first saw it activated, it was actually hard for a level
Everybody
40
keeps-
even downgraded.
Yeah, everybody keeps saying that it's level 24. It's not level 24. I don't know where this is coming from. It's level 14. It is in Serato Plains.
You said you
Yep.
26 instead of 24 for the next level.
Oh, sorry. Well, yeah. Whatever you're down level to, you're still too high of level.
Basically, for anyone who's played World of Warcraft, that would be like going to Elwyn Forest and killing Hogger on your level 80 character.
Right.
Sure, you can do it. It's easy. You don't really get anything for it.
Yeah. So,
I mean, it's a fun event to do. I mean, but yeah, I mean, when people are talking about the reward system on that, I didn't even expect it to be anything more than like a level 14 item.
yeah. Well, yeah, even that, we don't want people farming it even for low-level items, because then that can dominate the marketplace with low-level items that people, or in this case, 14-level items. Really, the idea is that you should be playing where you should be playing. And this is going to start a whole argument. I'd like to avoid that argument at all costs, because it was all my entire day yesterday. Let's not get into the debate about having levels, not having levels. We have levels. This is the game that we have right now, so that's what we're focused on building.
I was also wondering too, would we be seeing like maybe watchtowers show up in Devil's Tusk at any time soon?
I don't know about Devil's Tusk. We just added 3 to Sertao. That'll be coming in this patch. There are future plans for Chosen War, which I've already mentioned on the forums. You can expect to hear us talking about that soon. But hopefully around January timeframe, but no promises. So when we talk about that, I think what we talk about there will meet a lot of people's desires for Chosen War. But Devil's Tusk was really it's not controlled by the core. The idea was that they took it back from the Chosen, but there weren't watchtowers built yet, so there aren't any in the world there. And we want to try is the key word, to stop touching older zones and rebuilding them, because that's what causes our patch size to get really big. Every time we patch one of those, where we adjust the world or fix the terrain, that's gigabytes of data that then have to be delivered. So we try not to. Obviously, I say that at the same time we're adding Skydock to Coral Forest, which is a huge area. But we're trying not to touch older zones as much as possible if we don't have to, or like to fix a bug or do something. But doesn't preclude it. It's just not currently on our plans.
The only other question I got really then, and this might be another spoiler, but will we see the ice prefix added into the system too during this patch?
I don't know if that's in for this patch. It might be.
I actually believe it is in for this
Yeah.
patch. Yeah.
And then the following patch has the crafting fixes. Hopefully, knock on wood, that everything works. I don't know if it will, but yeah. So the new prefixes are in then. I think even the tier 3 prefixes are in too.
No, that's going to be the next patch after that.
Okay. See, this is what happens. I played in too many builds, but David has been working on that with Dave Williams, Sir Storm, and our new guy, David Rogers. There's too many Davids on the systems team. And then Steve McNally as well. So they've been adding all those and trying to get them in and balanced and working. So.
Okay, cool. Well, that's all I really have for you guys then.
Cool, thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have a winner? Firerizer.
Congratulations,
Congrats,
Firerizer.
Firerizer.
We appreciate you
Is
and
that-
all the things that you do.
How many times has he won?
I don't know.
1 billion. You won 1 billion times.
Congrats.
And go give me another one. And what are we doing? How are we doing on time?
Another winner.
No, not another winner.
It is 10:42.
Okay, let's try Sorfix. Sor, are you with us?
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Greetings.
Yeah. Hello again. Sorry about not being here previously.
No worries.
I have a big delay between the live feed and like 15 seconds.
What can we do for you?
I have a couple of questions. So my first question: my friend has been bugging me about it for weeks. He wanted me to ask you about the SIM beacon and how it works actually.
Sure.
So supposedly it counts as assists when you throw it towards enemies, and if people kill those enemies, you get assists, right?
I'd have to test that for sure, but
So I have not experimented with that ability to actually test that, but from my knowledge of how the system works, you get an assist if you actively sin tagged an enemy within 6 seconds before it died. Since the sin beacon is actually adding everything to sin within its radius, it might be doing that.
that's why I'd have to test
Yeah.
it to be sure. It might be counting as the sin beacon, adding
Yeah.
them to sin, which wouldn't reflect back to the user. That could be a potential bug.
So I'd have to test it, but I can see how that could happen
Yeah.
potentially.
So is the question because it's not working?
The question is kind of twofold. He wanted to know actually if those assists counted towards rewards you get for missions. For example, you didn't kill anyone during the dynamic event, but you had assists via the SIM beacon.
Well, so assist in general, whether it's working with SIM beacon or not, assist in general will add you to the participation list if you hit a certain criteria. And I'm not sure what the exact number is. It's relatively
Yeah.
low, especially for dynamic events.
But I don't think we really want to disclose the exact requirements for participation in every encounter, because
Right.
then you're going to get some weird gameplay where people will start trying to do the exact bare minimum for everything, and honestly, that's no fun for anyone.
Right.
So that's
it's-
actually what we usually do in Devil's Tusk.
yeah, exactly.
When the chosen tamper drops, you have to kill exactly one monster, and then it counts towards the reward. So I usually just kill one and keep running.
I am disappointed.
So yeah,
Anyway.
the assists normally do add you to the participation list if you meet the criteria, the minimum criteria. So that should work. Whether Sin Beacon works for assist, I don't know. I'd have to test it when we get back, and I can. I could see that not working based on the way the system works, but it's something that we should be able to fix potentially. I won't promise
Okay,
because I don't
thanks.
know. but-
Gotcha. Another question then. Will we get new main weapons like for Arsenal and Biotech, I think?
Well, we
Are they
added
in the works?
We added
we added
biotech one already.
biotech to the bioejector. It works for all biotech frames, and it does
No,
poison
I
damage.
mean for other battle frames.
Battle
Like
frames.
for maybe for Dread and Sniper and
Yeah,
Recon.
as David mentioned earlier, we are adding additional primary weapons and alternate weapons, and we want to keep adding those over time as we can. And so part of that is into the reward system that you're working on, is adding
right.
in these new options. Part of it would be for crafting or just regular drops or special weapons for special events. So absolutely, we are adding them. There's no current plan that we can share that says we'll add new weapons for these battle frames on this date. So really, it's kind of as the ideas can come up and as they can be built, they get added to the game
When they're ready.
when they're ready.
So not anytime soon.
Well, not necessarily,
No
because there
comment.
are new weapons coming with the latest additions. So the latest reward sets do have new weapons in them that are alternates of other weapons. I don't think there's any primaries though,
No, not yet.
just secondaries.
That's right.
So new primary weapons are being worked on, but we won't say when they're coming out.
Gotcha. And last question. I remember a couple of years back we had true iron sights on weapons.
Yeah.
Then they were removed. Are there any plans for adding them back, or did you just decide to remove them forever?
We decided to remove forever based on the design at the time. So Scott Rudy, our design manager now, was the one that actually made that call a while back, just based on watching players actually play and how our weapons worked and everything else. That this is the system that he decided to do with the reticle instead of actually bringing the gun up. However, David Rogers, our new senior combat designer, has just started, and he's going through all the systems, learning how our tools work. He's already made tons of requests for making modifications. I think we gave Anthony like a good 2-page list of different stats to change on weapons, or on weapons and abilities and everything else. So as those get put in, he'll be doing some tweaking and making some changes. So that could be something that comes back. I haven't seen that currently in his plan, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen.
Okay, thanks. That's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go ahead and do one more giveaway, and then we'll cut over to Do You Even Art Bro?
All right.
So David's back to you. What name, what word? Kind of feel like it should be rocks.
Rock.
Rock. R-O-C-K. The word of the day is rock.
All right.
Can you share your poem? Just
Absolutely.
the first verse.
Rock. You are a rock. Gray. You are gray. Like a rock. Which you are. Rock.
This was what we had to deal with this morning, folks. This is what I have to deal with.
Some of you in the audience may recognize that.
Anyways, we're going to jump over to Do You Even Art Bro?
All right. Do you even art Brosephine?
Whoa. She went there.
I told you.
Do you even art, bro?
All right, so this week we have 3 entries that are amazing as usual. The first one, I'm actually gonna wait to see what we put up because I'm not sure what order they're gonna be in.
We should randomize it
So
just to really have fun.
professional.
We have,
All right, so the very first one is Fall of North America by Fooney, a local.
Fooney's first. Get it? No.
This world is chosen.
Chosen?
Chosen.
Chosen.
I love that. I love the world is chosen. I'm going to use that.
Fascinating.
Yes. All right, and then second, we have Join the Accord by Brutal Deluxe. Don't be a dork. Join the Accord.
I like that his mouth is open with the mustache. And just,
Yeah, he's chewing
Don't
on a
be
piece
a
of weed.
dork. Rah! Yeah, I like it. Little fancy effect going on there. And then lastly, we have a Rana model by Buri Sir. And it's so adorable.
Wow. Very Arana.
so
Much
Rana.
adorbs.
Much Arana. Yeah, I love this.
I still don't, what is it made out of though? I want to know.
I have
Like
no
what?
idea. There
Like,
were.
is it clay and they bake it? It kind of looks like it could be
It could be.
clay and then baked, like in
Maybe,
a kiln
like, yeah.
with a gloss.
But I mean, the paint job, everything. They did such a good job. So I think the Irana model is going to be my vote.
I have
After
to
one
agree.
vote for everyone, of course.
Of course, one vote for everyone.
One vote for everybody.
Although then what happens is if I vote for a different one, then means two is tie.
Just don't do that.
Okay, David.
I have to admit, the Arana is pretty good. I love seeing people actually create physical art
Yeah.
of things in Firefall. We've seen some amazingly talented people, and this Arana is just another one in a proud line of those.
I have to agree. I really like when you see the real physical objects. Like we were talking about the paper craft LGV, the knitted, what is it, crocheted Bronodon, I
Yep.
guess. That's pretty cool. So I'm gonna have to go for the Irana.
Then that is the winner, our little Arana buddy. Yay! I imagine, I don't know how large this is, but I just imagine he's like this big. He would just like hang out.
He should be a life size Irana. Like, so there's small puppy size,
Small puppy.
puppy sized,
Oh.
puppy sized. You don't want an Irana for a pet.
I don't know. I might.
That one's pretty adorable. I would take one.
Yeah.
So congratulations, you're moving on to the finals. Or
Do we do finals?
I fail at life today. Just I don't know.
Good morning, Sarah.
I'm sorry.
You move somewhere.
I'm sorry.
Move to a better place.
Oh, giveaway winner. Let's do that. I'm so sorry.
Who won?
Konark 75?
Konark?
Konark
Congratulations,
75.
Konark
Congrats.
75.
75.
You win a rock.
Konark. I think it's probably Konark.
Kind of like Con Air, except
Yeah.
an arc.
That would be awesome. But only one of each animal is a criminal.
Brilliant.
Perfect.
Konark. Put the bunny down. That was a great movie. I don't know why people hated it. Okay. I think we have also some things that we did on Facebook. We do
Yes,
like the caption contest.
this.
Caption this. Do we have the caption this video pictures? Hopefully. Cross your fingers that knife lady isn't going to stab me. Woohoo! I can
Here
spin.
we go.
Ah, it's Frankie in the battle frame suit. We can't get his glasses to stay on. Hand me the stapler. Oh my God, that would be awesome.
Yes.
What do we got? Is this the winner? Or is this just the? No, we have just 7. Okay, keep going. We advanced battle frames, but still need to wear glasses. What madness is this? Hey, some people like glasses instead of LASIK. You gotta give them choices. Next. Don't expect any aftershave. Oh, I get it. Because you're dressed like a
Aftershave.
pirate. We can rebuild them. We have the technology faster, stronger, pezzier than before.
Now with extra Pez.
So you guys tested this thing, right? Oh, wait, that's why I'm here. Join the Accord, they said. It'll be fun, they said. It is fun to wear the battle frame. I always wanted to reprogram someone's sin implant.
Perfect.
The staple glasses would be awesome.
Not for Frank, but
Well,
That's great television.
who cares
so-
about his feelings?
We've already tried to kill him with hot sauce.
Mm-hmm.
We pied him in the face. I think stapling on his glasses is the least we could do.
Yeah. It wouldn't do any permanent damage.
Yeah, exactly. You've
next Firefall Live.
that he's on.
Oh, which is a while
Yeah,
away.
it's after Thanksgiving.
This is what happens when Frank goes on vacation.
Yeah,
we
you're
mock
stuck,
him
you're
relentlessly.
stuck with this.
I still think I'm going to staple him as soon as I see him. What are you talking about? And film it. Hey, Frank.
Oh, that makes
Have
me
you never
so
stapled
sad.
yourself? Have you never gotten?
No.
You've never had a
Really?
staple in your arm or anything? No. My phone has. Okay, well, whatever. I think we have one more giveaway, correct? Let's go ahead and end this off with an awesome giveaway of a deluxe pack. Let's go Blame Pez.
Oh,
B-A-
Staple Pez 2014.
Nope, I already said Blame Pez.
I know, I'm just saying that's cool.
Blame Pez.
Blame Pez. Blame Pez. Doesn't really work. He needs multiple syllables in his name. Blame Faded Pez. That works.
A little
What
better.
song is this?
Blame Canada.
Yeah.
Oh.
South Park, bigger, longer, and uncut.
Yep.
Blame Faded Pez. Blame Faded Pez. He looks like a Guido. He eats spaghettirito.
You are a
Spaghettirito.
terrible person.
I don't have anything. I'm horrible at making rhymes.
And now the entire internet knows.
That he eats spaghettirito? That's not even a...
Spaghettirito. It sounds like spaghetti in a burrito.
It's actually spaghetti Doritos.
Ew. That
sounds
And you
horrible.
wash it down with
like-
Doritos, which is Mountain Dew Doritos.
Oh, the fact that that exists just makes my heart die.
It's going to make some people die. That's for sure.
I've lost faith
Di-
in Frito-Lay
diabetes.
Corporation.
All the diabetes.
Diabetes. Okay, how long are we going to give this a go? So is there anything else that we missed? That I'm doing a horrible job because I didn't actually plan since I was just guest host and I don't really care.
You heard it here? Phobos doesn't care about any of you.
I didn't say that. I said I didn't care about preparing. There's a difference.
And I actually did try to prepare today. I stepped
Try?
out. Yeah.
By going out last night and getting drunk,
Well, but I'm not hungover.
getting your crunk on.
I wasn't a hermit last night, which was nice. And this
Okay.
is what I get for it.
I didn't prepare at all. Just came here, sat on the
This
couch.
mess. Whatever's happening now.
Okay. Let's go ahead and pick a winner.
Winner.
You can pass that one.
Okumba. I'm going to go with Okumba.
Okumba!
Okumba. Congrats, Okumba.
Hooray!
Or Okihumba.
I'll just go with Okumba.
I like Okumba.
Okumba, you are a good person. We appreciate you.
Hey, Phoenix871, don't say Phobos sucks, only I can say that. I'll come to get you.
Whoa.
And I'll
Okumba kind of sounds like an Irish African name. Good old Okumba.
Okumba.
Mick Okumba?
Mick Okumba. Yeah, that kind of works.
Where do you get Irish?
Oh.
Oh.
And on that note, I think we're going to go ahead and leave.
Oh,
Thank you for joining us for Firefall Live. We'll be back next week with someone besides myself because I failed on this one. Have a great week. Don't forget, patch on Tuesday, so check it out. Thanks, guys.
Operation Miru, it's awesome. Play it Tuesday.
Tuesday. See you guys later.
Tuesday.